What up, Canes fans? Welcome back to the show. Oh, there's my light. Trying to get that thing working. There we go. As you can see, we got the boys of, well, one of the boys of Miami Mayhem on with us. The other two should be joining us. We had AO a second ago. I don't know what happened. Probably some technical difficulties. Hopefully he'll get that sorted out. But Lex, what's going on, my dude?
What's going on, Cafecito, Mr. John? How you doing, sir?
Dude, it is 19 days. Well, today's practically over, so 18 days really till kickoff. So this is my favorite time of the year, bro. That late August time, football, it's almost here. Oh, it's my favorite, man. I love it.
I just started booking all my hotels. I mean, for the next Notre Dame was booked. I just booked Florida, Bethune, Louisville, getting all my hotels taken care of for the season.
I forget sometimes you're not down here in Miami. So yeah, even for every home game, you got to get that planned out and figured out and stuff. But yeah, shows your dedication. I love it. George, good evening from Angola, Indiana. Very nice.
Nice.
Jay Singh, John, what it do, man? I'm doing fine. Can't complain. George Blissett saying headed south in 2 weeks to watch an Irish butt whooping. Love it. Love it. It is going to be packed. I cannot wait. The atmosphere is going to be crazy. But anyways, man, while we wait for the others, Lex, I don't think we've talked really one-on-one since camp started. How you feeling about everything? Are you someone who follows camp closely, or are you just kind of they kind of say the same crap every year, can't wait till the season starts, but or are you this year you're really looking more in depth at what's going on?
I really don't follow it that much because you hear the same thing. You're not going to see the coaches go ahead and get on a podium and say, this guy's doing very bad. This is going wrong. You're not going to hear the players get on a podium and start bashing each other. That's not what it's about. You know what I'm saying? You got to read in between the lines and stuff like that. So, but I'm happy to hear the one thing that stands out is it looks like Beck's doing what he's supposed to do. Beck is, stepping up as a leader, controlling the offense. It looks like he's spreading the ball around a lot, which is great. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be able to use all three levels. He's going to be able to throw, to running backs out of the backfield. You got your tight ends, you got your right receivers. So that's the biggest thing. I mean, we all know everything else. Your O-line, D-line. I'm not worried about any of that, bro. I'm not worried about any of that. So I don't pay attention as much, but just got to read in between the lines a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Roster-wise, I'm not worried about much. You can really dive deep and be like, well, the depth at D-tackle could be better. The depth at, I don't know, safety could be better. But really, what team in the country is 3-4 layers deep at every position? Name one, especially now.
And you can't. And honestly, man, if you really break down our depth, I think people are underestimating what we have at D-tackle and safety. I mean, even if you got to get into those backups at safety, Markeith Williams is not a bad player, guys. He's just been always undersized, but he'll hit you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the one thing that we do that I tried paying attention to and we haven't heard about is the only concern I've ever had is the linebacker room. How is that linebacker room? We know we have the transfer from Rutgers, and they say he looks like an animal. You got Popo, you got Pruitt, which somebody mentioned Pruitt was playing a little bit of safety, a little bit of linebacker. So, no, he's being mixed up a little bit. What does that tell you about our –
What's up, dude?
Not too much, man.
Look at my boy.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah. So, man. So, yeah, I'll finish up and then you can introduce my boy there. But, yeah, man, I mean, the linebackers, and when people ask me what I think about the Notre Dame game, I think our D-line will hold up. I think our DBs can. So, I'm sorry, Peanut wants to join the show. Everybody listen to Peanut. But, it's our linebackers, bro. The linebackers is what I want to see. I don't care about anything else but linebackers.
All right. Yeah, I have been on my show and other shows saying that is the one area of concern for me. But even there, it's you got some potential upside. And also if the D-line is doing their job, secondary is doing their thing, I'm not as concerned about linebacker. Overall, the roster, big picture, I feel pretty good. But let me introduce the esteemed AO, who's a tad late, but that's fine. What's going on, sir?
Not much, man. Like I've never had really technical difficulties until literally like I was gonna get here early, and I was like, all right, good. Like everything's all set up, everything's looking good, and then I got on and just everything shut off. I couldn't figure out. I was like, is there a lot? I don't know what's happening, but yeah, man. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Right when I was getting ready to jump in.
No problem. Was it like a Windows update or something?
I still have no idea. Like literally, the computer flashed and everything just stopped. Like my headphone stopped. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe that's just a headphone thing, and then everything just cut out.
Yeah, Quentin, there will be an Orlando watch party, right, Lex?
Yeah, guys, watch party will be for the FSU game this year. I believe it's October 4th. That Saturday. We don't have a game time yet. You can go ahead and if you're in the Discord. You can message me through Twitter or anything, but I'll add you to the WhatsApp group that we have for the party. Cost stays the same. We got hotels booked for everybody, whoever needs it, but it'll be at the Mad Hippo Saloon. So, yeah, get with me. October 4th, FSU. I know John's going to be here. A lot of the You Heard team will be there. Some of the Flow team will be there. Maybe one day we get AO down here, but that's a long way to go to watch a football game on the TV. I know.
Hey, never say never, bro. Never say never.
Nice.
So, no, we were just talking a little bit about fall camp. AO, I'm not sure if – I'll ask you the same thing. I'm not sure if you're one that likes to really dive deep into the nitty-gritty of what everybody's saying about every player. I am because I'm a junkie, but – I don't know about, I don't know if you're the same way or you're just kind of like patiently waiting till the season starts to like prove it. But, I guess overall, how are you feeling so far?
You kind of have to be both, right? I mean, you do need to be aware of what we have as a roster, but I think you're right. Because of the past, you kind of have to hold your breath a little bit. You need to be able to pump these guys up, but not put them on a pedestal. And I think that's where we're really needing to be at this point. But I will say I do enjoy the newer coach speak that we're starting to see, right, is more of guys are complimentary about people you wouldn't think of. Where I would be expecting that we're going to hear all JoJo this, JoJo that, everybody that we kind of knew was going to be that next step, but you're hearing more about Tony, and people that you're like, oh, and it's good to have all these names because if you're a DC against us, there's a lot more to worry about than just 11, where you're you can't zero in on one target because, well, I've been hearing about this guy. And what about this third tight end in the group? Where do I start? I mean, you can only plan so much in a week. So I love that we're kind of embracing that the whole team is a part of this, not just the two deep. And I think that's where we as fans have to kind of get away from that too.
Yeah. So Canes Insight does their daily podcast. Shout out to them. I, like a lot of you guys, listen to them every day. I listen to Dono almost every day. So what I'm noticing differently is I feel like every day someone new gets talked up. And it's like, my God, there's like 20 or 30 guys I'm excited about now. And I hope they prove me right because, we've been proven wrong before, but I just feel like there's like numbers wise and depth wise, I feel like there's just so much more to work with, so much more in our, like the cupboard is way more full now.
Do you think, John, that could be because Mario's finally, Mario in the last 3 to 4 years has flipped the roster where our blue chip ratio, our talent is so much more. Now you have, guys, I apologize. He just wants to be up here. But, he's flipped this roster dramatically. I mean, it's just given us so many options in so many different positions that, like AO said, you don't know how to plan anymore. We have so many opportunities to take things in a different route that it might be Miami's time. And that's the way I look at it.
I think the big difference too, man, is look who's the ones that are actually talking about these guys. Like, I think we used to hype up a lot of players because everybody knew them from high school recruiting videos that they'd watch and be like, yep, we need him because I can see how they should be used. But you weren't hearing it from outside of Miami Nation, right? That out of the Canes family, we're the ones hyping everybody up, putting them on a pedestal, expecting great things. I mean, people don't always pan out. I mean, there's a lot of 4-stars out there that don't pan out. You know what I mean? We just happen to get a lot of the gruff of them because we had a lack of, evaluations that were kind of playing into that. We wanted all the hometown kids. And doesn't mean it's always going to, pan out because we didn't have the culture or the development aspect. You know what I mean? Like maybe they did come on here with high hopes, but if your development plan ain't there, then you're just getting a 4 seed or a 4-star, and a 4-star don't last long in college. You know what I mean? Like you become a freshman and you become a contributor and then you become the elite and then you go pro. You know what I mean? Like there's levels that are past the 4-star once we get into it. You know what I mean? Like it's just one of those things to me that I feel like nationally you're hearing more of our guys because we're in recruiting battles with elite people, not, teams a little bit below our radar. We're not the highest name on their board. We're one of the elites with the elites.
And I feel like it's weird because in past years, I feel like we were right to be excited with some of the talent we had on paper. We didn't have depth. For one thing's for sure that's different. We didn't have this kind of depth. This is a new thing.
Correct.
And that's huge and that I think caused a lot of the unravelings in years past in November. You get banged up, you're playing all these snaps. Of course, if you're thin, you're going to get tired. It just makes sense. Now we have depth, which should combat that. But even back then, I feel like if you gave most other coaching staffs, like a half-decent coaching staff, our rosters in 2008, 2012, 2015, name a random year. Give any like solid Big Ten coaching staff that roster, they're winning 9-10 games.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, I feel like as fans, people call us delusional. I feel like we were always right to be excited. It's just they always fell flat because the development was ass. The game day coaching, don't even get me started on that. I mean,
we had that?
Bro, I don't know if you guys will remember this. Do you remember the game that got Randy Shannon fired? It was that game against South Florida that we lost in overtime.
Yes.
Was that the fight?
No.
The fight was
That was
FAU.
That was FIU. That was FIU. I was there. I was at the OB. I was there. No, this was 2010.
That was John in the middle, hiding his face from the cameras.
No, that was 2010. The final game against USF. I didn't even go to that game. That shows how like checked out I was as a fan. But I went because this offseason I've gone back and watched some old like Shannon and Al Golden games. Now that I watch tape a lot differently than I did back then, I was much younger. I was like, out of curiosity, I'll pick it. It'll come up in my feed. I'll pick it. I'm like, you know what? Let me see what went wrong in this game. I'll do the thing. I'll fast forward through huddles. I'll kind of watch the game condensed.
Right.
And like, bro, I'm sitting there like, how the fuck did we lose this game? Like did you? He just completely coached himself out of the game. Number one.
Oh, yeah.
Number two. You want to talk about bad tape? The blocking on special teams. It was like literally we're just letting guys run past and kill our returners. It was just the people complain now. The culture was so bad during those years. No one wanted to throw a block. No one wanted to like run down a tackle. Nobody wanted to play hard and like sacrifice their body. Now they do. Like the tape is much different. So we have come a long way. All that to say, people forget how bad the culture and the development used to be. The talent was never the problem.
Right.
It was the culture at a core was terrible.
The recruiting still wasn't bad. We still recruited well without good developing and the culture not being built. We still were bringing some top players in.
Yeah. I used to call it the undefeated Canes curse. Like it was like if we lost 2 games, the season was done, and every player from our roster checked the hell out. Like it would be like if we were like 3-1, they're still playing. If we were like 4-1, still fighting. 3-2, 4-2, 4-3, 4-4. You know what I mean? Like once it started catching up, it was just done. And you're like, all right, don't play anybody really that good right now. Like especially at the end of the season, just it was a nightmare, man.
Yeah, and I remember that same 2010 season that I'm talking about. early in the year, we went up to Columbus, Ohio, and went
Yeah.
pretty toe-to-toe with Ohio State for like 3 quarters.
Yeah.
And really, it was a bunch of bad Ja'Cory Harris picks that did us in. The team like was hanging in there, making stops, getting some, special teams touchdowns. We were like hanging with them. And then we can't beat South Florida at the end of the year in front of an empty stadium. Like,
it's the care factor. It's once they stopped caring and the hype was gone, is Miami back bullshit, right? Once that died and they became just like every other preseason again, they were like, okay, cool. We're still here for the year. We can go party up in Miami. They just checked out. It was more about living the life. I mean, let's go back to the Sharon Williams year. Like, once you start finding out how much they really partied and how often they partied, you're like, and it was funny because like people were like, oh, that had to be a one-off. And then he comes out and says, no, I was just doing what everybody else is doing. I just got caught. Like, I mean, how far back does that really go? You know what I mean? The culture change.
Mario cut that shit out real fast.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, then people wonder why certain guys weren't around.
Social media from the players has been cut back 90%, which is great. I think that's the best thing, that they need to just keep them off social media, not worry about the outside world.
Gas station pictures.
I'll never forget the gas station pictures.
I'll never forget you.
That was Pope, wasn't it? Mark Pope.
It was everybody, bro. It was everybody.
Mark Pope was the leader of that, man. I don't think he had any leg days in the weight room for some reason when he took those pictures. Skinny jeans.
I hated those photos so much because it would just be after it wasn't even like the gas station thing. It was when it would be like 15 minutes after the loss, bro. Like, that's what killed you as a Miami fan, was like you would get online to go, read on from other players, and we'd all migrate to social media and they'd be posting photos and shit. Like, so you just got your ass whooped. Like, worst ever loss. So still gonna be the next week. Like,
they did not care.
No.
Yeah.
But before I get into my next topic, I had to bring this up. I didn't send it to you guys as like as a question, but what do you all think of this John Mateer thing? I thought it was kind of funny.
I'll say, go ahead, Lex.
Yeah.
I don't think it's anything serious. I really think it's I don't know what to say, man. John, you were right earlier because, for all you guys don't know, there's one big group message that we have going on. If it was Miami, we've had half the program already be investigated instead of practicing today. So you're 100% right. Is it true or not? The kid said it was not true. Just like any other player, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt till you're proven guilty. But if he's half as smart as he is, why would you bet a game, which we know, let's just call it 50% of college football players bet on games anyway. Why would you use your own account? I mean, that's what I'm trying. Why would you use your own account?
And you would label it and label it sports betting.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly, guys. So
I don't know.
I don't buy it. I think he's, right. Somebody's going to do some cybersecurity. They're going to figure it all out. They're going to figure out who did it, who's trying to set them up, and it'll be over with. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I think for me, it's, the importance of really sitting your kid down nowadays and be like, there ain't shit hidden in life. Like, I feel like we walked into that day and age where it's like, you need to have those conversations with the younger generations and be like, you're growing up in this world that you think that anything is hidden, or a tweet or a post can, once you delete it, it's gone. No, nothing's ever deleted off the internet. There's always going to be a way to find it. And as you're walking into $1 billion industry now, you're going to make enemies. You're going to have people who want to see your downfall. So why would you give them any sort of leverage? And like, well, it's just overhyped. You've seen other people being taken down for less. And you've also seen people being taken down from shit even further back in their past. We're only a couple of years away from where we were watching what was it, a number 1 draft pick or first rounder that got taken down by tweets from 10 years prior. Like he was in 2014 and he was walking into the 2024 draft. You know what I mean? Like fell a couple of draft spots. People will love to see you fall. You know what I mean? Like that's why conversations where do the right thing when no one's watching.
There's always somebody jealous, bro. There's always going to be somebody jealous.
Mm-hmm. So Demetrius saying, what up, John and guest? How are the Canes O-line and D-line doing in practice? Well, now that they've got full pads on, I'm hearing good things about the D-line, that the defense is, especially that first-team defense, is really holding strong, especially against the run, which I like to see I like to hear because I wasn't there. But I love hearing that because we're going up against a very potentially run-heavy Notre Dame team. So great to hear that. But yeah, I don't really have much on the O-line and D-line there. I just hear like it's been a battle, but that the D-line is doing well, which against our O-line, that's impressive.
Right.
That's very impressive. So anyway, my next topic, the AP and coaches polls have come out. We are top 10 on both, or we're number 10 on both. I'll ask you guys a similar question. I'll start with AO this time. Is this something you put any stock in at all? Is this something did it surprise you how high we were? How are you feeling about it?
I will say welcome to Business 101. Welcome to being elite again. We're on prime time. We're going to get a prime time slot because they're going to bump us up. More merit or non-merit, we got bumped up, so then we're a top 10 game against Notre Dame. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to have that elite level, then you have to seize these opportunities where you can't just have them walk into your house and stomp you out on primetime TV, and then the nation gets to forget about you and say, haha, we knew it. You have to take that game into consideration of, nope, this is the level we want to be on. This is what we're excited for. Like, the old Miami teams would flounder in these games, right? Like LSU, Bama, where we couldn't watch that game by halftime. Like, that was at least on the road. This game, you gotta invite them in for an ass whooping. Like, you gotta literally take Notre Dame to the shed. I've heard everybody be like, well, it's gonna be low scoring and it'll be close. If I'm anybody on Miami's roster and I want to show our culture is different from everybody else except for the great teams, not the great legends behind me, the great teams, then you take Notre Dame's ass out and you look forward to an ass whooping for the ages like 17 again.
You got me fired up, man.
You're going to run through a wall.
Lex, what are your thoughts on the rankings?
Look, man, as much as I sometimes like to disagree with my co-host so we can fire back at each other, it's Business 101. How does it sound? Number 6 Notre Dame versus unranked Miami in Miami. How does that sound? Or how does it sound as a top 10 matchup in Miami, South Florida on a Sunday night, Labor Day weekend, Memorial, which one it is, always getting mixed up. How does that sound? Oh, you're bringing so much attention to the game. You're going to get a prime time spot. What's up, Mo? It's Business 101. It's 100%. Now, it don't bother me where you ranked us, but I think we're ranked appropriately if you look at our roster. If you look at our roster, we have the roster of a top 10 team. Mm-hmm. Do we play like a top 10 team? We're going to find out in a little bit under 19 days from now. We're going to know. That's the only difference. I don't like to, knock on wood. Mario usually has his teams, even in the past, ready for week one. Mario's always ready for week one. The problem with Mario is, can he sustain that for a whole year? Because we came out, 2 years ago against Texas A&M. We did well against them. Last year we beat the shit out of the Florida Gators. So Mario, if you look at his track record, he does well starting off the week. Can he sustain it for 13 weeks is the biggest question. So I love the matchup. You don't want to talk about their injuries. We have our own. We're pretty healthy, but we have our own stuff here and there that's happening where people need to heal up. But yeah, man, it's business. It's all business because he'll eat crappy chicken. Because let's just be honest, man. How do you rank us number 10 when all we had to do was win one of those 2 out of the last 3 ACC games against the ACC championship? We were up 21-0 against Syracuse, and we couldn't beat a shitty-ass Iowa State team in the bowl game. So there's no reason to be ranked in the top 10. Let's just be honest about it. But yes, if you look at the roster, we're ranked appropriately. I just don't know how in the hell are the Gators 15. What am I missing here, guys? I think they were ranked 15 or 16th?
15th.
You know what, man? I only played high school football. So what the hell do I know about football? Because damn, how the hell they ranked that high? So, but that's I believe, and I agree with you. It's all business. It's all about the money. Mm-hmm. It's all about the money coming in.
Yeah. I can't wait for the Florida week, like the week of the Florida game, because we'll really dive deep into that. Flo and I have dove into their roster a little bit. We did it on my show a few weeks back. They got a lot of unproven guys. A lot of their proven guys that they leaned on, a lot of their glue guys, especially on their D-line, are gone. Elijah
defense they said a defense had about 70% of their production that came back. And they've got a couple of people that can create fits for us.
Sure. No, I'm not saying they don't have talent. I'm saying they lost some key guys that I think people are overlooking. Elijah Badger was DJ Lagway's safety blanket last year. He's gone.
Yeah. Right.
And people are talking, people are looking up to Lagway like he's a god. I think he's still very raw, extremely talented, but raw. And he's injury prone. I think he needs another year to kind of prove it and take his lumps. 2026 could be his year that he maybe vies for a Heisman. I don't think he's there yet personally. I'm with you, Lex. I thought they were overrated by a few spots, but again, we play them week 4. So after we beat Notre Dame,
we're talking about their DN Sapp. Great player, freak.
Solid. Yeah, solid.
Well, guess what? But Bell's gonna toss him around like a fucking rag doll. Right. I'm not worried about their star players will actually have to go against our best players on offense. And that's why I feel very comfortable about it. Their best players have to go against Bell or Francis. Pick one. Have fun. That's all I'm going to say. Good luck to you.
And they did it against our O-line last year and got stuffed. And this year, our O-line is better. Their D-line is a couple guys down. Not saying their defense is void of talent. They got talent, but it's proven talent. It's a little less than it was last year, in my opinion. Mo saying we are a Final Four team at the end of the season. Speaking into existence, I certainly hope so. I could see a possibility. I didn't know that the national championship was actually here. I heard someone say that. If someone can confirm that in the chat, I heard somebody say that on the show earlier today or yesterday.
Hold on.
Lex is going to check for us. But where was I? I got sidetracked. We started talking about Notre Dame, the ranking. Oh, I was going to say that, yeah, it is. Lex is saying it is. So we were talking about, unmute yourself.
It's at January 19th is the national championship game at the Hard Rock.
Nice.
Wow.
Now that would be epic.
So what I was about to say was I think the Florida ranking also has something to do with what we were talking about. Let's say, we beat Notre Dame. Now we're top 5. Florida takes care of business. They maybe are top 10. That's 2 top 10 matchups in the first few weeks for Miami. People are going to tune in.
Oh, yeah. I mean, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Natty or bust. Yes, it's at Miami. Yes, it's here at the Hard Rock. I love it. So last thing, I didn't want to be on too long tonight, but I did want to cover this real quick. So since we're talking about expectations and all that stuff, as far as goals for the season, not so much goal, but what do you need to see Miami do for it to not be a failure? Because there was the whole argument last year about whether last year was a success or a failure. it's weird because we won 10 games. If you told us at the beginning of the year, hey, we're going to win 10 games and Cam Ward's going to be the number 1 overall pick, you'd be like, oh my God, thank you, we're back. But then you see the season play out and you're like, oh, wait a minute, that second loss cost us a playoff. Oh, wait, okay, no, hang on. That's I don't know how successful that is. That's kind of a failure, especially blowing a 3-touchdown lead. So let me ask you guys, I'll start with Lex first. What do you need to see happen, that whether it's a record, record-wise, or what do you need to see us accomplish at the end of the year? I think I already know what you're going to say, but you tell me what needs to happen for you to say this was a successful year.
I'm getting my sip of my CANES juice. It tastes good. It tastes like 1942 Don Julio. Guys, let's just be realistic. 5-7, 7-5, 10 and whatever the hell was last year, number 1 offense. Let's just be realistic. People are going to call me crazy for saying this. I haven't even said this in our show. I like our offense more this year than we had last year. Call me crazy. I like our offense more this year. I think we're more of a complete offense. Beck loves his tight ends. Beck loves using his running backs. Beck has all the weapons. We have a better O-line, I think, than we did last year. You have Francis. You have Cooper. You have Bill, all with another year of experience. Rodriguez, I think, is going to show out. I think Rodriguez will start over McCoy. Rodriguez, if it wasn't for a freak injury, would have shown out. Guys, if our defense plays half, I'm going to agree with Mo. I'm going to agree with Mo. It's Final Four or bust. I could care less about an ACC championship, guys. I really don't care. Make the game so we're guaranteed our spot in the playoffs. Don't win. I don't care. Final Four or bust. Because I'm telling you right now, our offense is going to be overall better than it was last year. May not score, and that doesn't just mean scoring points. I still think we're going to average 38 points or more, which is close, which would be nice. With 38 points or more, we should easily be in the playoffs. But I think we have a more complete offense than people anticipate. And that's why I think Final Four bust. Simple, nothing less. There you go.
Hey, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, to me, it was what you just mentioned. How do you go from a 21 point? We can't have that conversation anymore. If you're going to talk about being on an elite level, and this is from coaching staff, from the players, from anybody, if you're going to say you want that type of level, then this cannot ever happen. You know what I mean? Like, we can't talk about how you blew this or blew that. That has to be the end of our run. You lose on a fluky, field goal, fine. Wasn't a blown opportunity. It was an opportunity seized by somebody else. There's a difference on how you can lose. But having those kind of losses that you know everything's on the line at that point, those great teams don't let down that opportunity. Like, this year has to be the year of opportunity where you can't make an excuse. At the end of the year, to know if this is a success or not is going to be the last post-game conference, like post-game interview. To me, that's the final stake is, did you get to come out and say, hey, that was a marvelous win, or we did what we needed to do, mission complete, or you going to give some candid bullshit excuse of why? And to me, that's the hard part that's what edge is. Which version of this are we really going to go down? And I think for an opportunity to really be there this year is there can't be an excuse. You have to win. There is no option for anymore. Like, you ran out of all excuses. You can't blow 21-point lead. I don't give a damn how shitty your defense is. If you're an OC, you figure out a way to combat that, to slow the whole goddamn game down. As a head coach, you don't allow either side to really, point you in one direction. As a head coach, you have to steer the ship, not just half the ship or the front O-line of a ship. You have to steer the whole goddamn thing. This is a year that everybody has to take a jump.
100%. Again, you got me fired up. Dude, for me, it's playoffs or bust. If you do not make the playoffs this season, it is an absolute failure.
Yep.
You have a playoff roster. You have 100%. you have a playoff quarterback. I mean, like AO said it, we've run out of excuses. Hell, we didn't have excuses last year, honestly. There was no excuse for losing that final game. You slip up against Georgia Tech, oh well. That happens all the time, apparently. A lot of Clemson slips up against Georgia Tech sometimes.
Right.
I feel like you're allowed, every great team's allowed one.
Right.
Yeah. But man, that 21, even I'm thinking back to it. I remember we jumped out 21-0, and I'm watching the game like if it's 0-0. We were 21-0, and I was like, I was still tense. I was not relaxed at all.
We watched the game at a bunch of us that live in Central Florida went back to Matt Hippel's saloon where we did the party.
Oh boy.
And I was like 10 minutes late, and I'm seeing 21-0. I get there, everybody's cheering. Where you at? You're late. By the end of the night, man, I think we almost got into a fight with some people that were talking shit. We had to leave. So I feel you, John. I mean, it was disgusting, John.
No, but what I was going to say was they scored the first touchdown of their comeback to make it 21-7. The ease of which they scored that touchdown. Remember that drive was like boom, 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 boom. If our defense wasn't even on the field. That's how easily they scored. And I watched it with my dad. I looked at him like, oh shit. Like, I do not feel good. I do not feel good about this right now. We have to score on every possession to win this game, which I knew wasn't going to happen. It was painful. There wasn't an excuse last year, and certainly there's zero this year. You got to find a way to get it done. I don't care how.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't make it to the playoffs, then that means that Beck reached the least amount he's ever reached on a team. Because what is it? He's been to how many national championships and playoff? Well, I mean, has he went less?
How serious of a hot seat is he in if he doesn't make the playoffs this year? Because look, we know with the portal and with the open if he makes the playoffs, even if we don't win it all, if he makes the playoffs, the boosters will be there for him next year. Hey, we know you have to reload.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go get 3 offensive linemen. We know that, and look, man, from what everybody's reports, we're not all stupid. It's a Luke and Coleman battle for the next couple of years. So you need one more quarterback to bridge that. But if you don't make the playoffs, you're not going to – nobody's going to want to come. Or it's going to cost you double and you're not going to spend the money, or the boosters pull the money. So what happens if he does not make the playoffs this year? If he doesn't make the playoffs this year, guys, recruiting's going to take a hurt, even in the portal with the money.
Yep.
Next year is going to be a very rough year for the Kings.
Too bad we ain't going to find that out. What's your name say again? I ain't speaking that in no existence. I like your little headline underneath your name, Lex. I'm going with that.
15-0.
14-1 probably.
I'm not giving a record prediction this year. I've done that the last couple seasons. I'm not giving one this year.
Same.
Mine looked good last year until Georgia Tech. My record prediction was looking good until Georgia Tech. Then I had to start switching it and switching.
My record was exactly correct. I predicted 10-2. We went 10-2. I was wrong about one of my losses. I predicted a loss against Georgia Tech, and it happened. I'm not predicting records.
You're at fault, John.
It was my fault, yes. I'm not predicting records. I'm going into each game with the belief that we are going to win. Yep. I'm expecting to win each game.
Right.
But, John, you said it. Look, all of us are in these groups. We're Discords. We're in these group chats. I'm starting to get fed up when the season comes up and people are saying, we're going to lose this game, so we have to win the rest of these. What kind of fan pulls up into a game, which the score starts at 0-0, and says you're going to lose a game? What kind of fan are you? Go get your transfer paperwork, get the hell out. I just don't understand that. I don't care who we're playing. You can put the Canes against the Dolphins for a preseason game. I am a Canes fan. We are going to beat the Dolphins. It doesn't matter. And I just don't like that. That's the tension I don't like. But look, man, if you break down, and I know you do this, John, with Flo, but you break down every team we're playing. Being an underdog against Notre Dame, I still don't know how. I don't know how. I don't know how we're on it. 11-1, 12-0, Mohammed. You know what? People have asked me my slip-up game, and of course, I drink the Kool-Aid, so there is no slip-up. But out of all the games, I think it's the SMU game that I'd be more worried about out of the whole schedule we got. I would be worried more about SMU on the road. That's my. If you ask me, my game is the SMU game, not the Florida, not the Notre Dame. SMU game.
But I think that's the thing is I I firmly believe that that's our problem. Is it's not they have a better roster than Miami. It's can Miami just stay the hell out of Miami's way in order to be undefeated? And that's what I'm talking about is the opportunity of this. Like yours, like you kind of mentioned earlier about losing, what happens down that domino effect. If you're wanting to keep the better roster against all your ACC opponents year in, year out, this is a year you solidify that you're going to beat everybody in the ACC. You don't give anybody that slight advantage to out recruit you or give a negative pitch to a recruit, and that's how you keep that 5-star generational talent at home. Is hey, you can go elsewhere, but we're going to win the ACC year in, year out. We're going to be in the playoff. If you really want to lock down the players you want, I don't give a shit where they're from, to be honest with you. If you want the players that you want on your roster, then you give no one that leverage over you. And you beat the shit out of everybody on your schedule, and you don't give an excuse of, well, we lost one. No, it don't matter. You beat the hell out of everybody. Those old teams would beat each other up if they lost. I want that roster. I want those guys because they don't accept that we're going to take a 21-point lead and just flunder. It's okay. It's just one game. No. Those guys would go after each other on buses, go after each other in locker rooms. You have a shitty practice. You're about to have a shittier day. Like I want those guys. Like that's the mentality us fans need to have too. Is if we want them to only accept perfection, then we need to demand it too, and that means we need to show up at every game.
100%, man. I can't say it any better. So we'll end on that. Lex AO, thank you for hopping on and chatting with me. We got 87 in the chat right now. Thank you guys for hopping on and joining us. Please like, share, and subscribe. Oh, please hit the notification bell. People have been messaging me from time to time. Hey, John, like your videos don't pop up for me anymore. What's going on? I have to like look for you. Hit the notification bell. Anytime I go live, it'll give you a notification immediately. So that should push back on it a little bit. I don't know. YouTube messes with the algorithm, as you guys know. I'm sure it happens to everybody.
Make sure you go to all.
Yes. Yes, all notifications. Yes,
all notifications.
But anyways, guys, let them know where and when they can find you guys. I know you guys you're back for the season, right? You're doing your weekly shows again, so let them know.
Go ahead, Lex.
You can find the Miami Mayhem crew on Wednesday nights, 7:00. Our boy A Black, who's part of the team, fortunately has had to work tonight, so he couldn't be on. But Wednesday night at 7, please be on. And just to give everybody the heads up, Flo and John, our show, you heard, everybody's going to start giving out the information for the October 4th. I'm taking reservations. We'll put out my email address. I don't mind giving out my phone number if you guys want to text me. But we're probably already 30% full, and we've already released the information. I think it was a week ago or not even. And we're about 30% full for the party. So October 4th, watch party. And then, guys, let me tell everybody, do you mind me putting something out there for Canes Wear, John?
No, go ahead.
Let me see. We just got this code. It's the Miami Mayhem code. It's MMCW25. Miami Mayhem Canes Wear 25. And if you put that out there, John, real quick for me. It's online orders only. Between now and Notre Dame, you get an additional 10% off any online orders, off of anything, off your total bill. So it's MMCW25, which is Miami Mayhem Canes Wear 25. Additional 10% off your stuff. Jeff is going to be on the show here in a few weeks. That it is. You type that in the promo code, and you get additional 10% off your order. Online order, you cannot get it in the store. And they just got their new stuff for 2025. So just letting everybody know. So, John, I'll let you appreciate you putting a shout out there for Canes Wear.
No, anytime. I love Canes Wear. Believe me, I may be using that promo code myself.
Well, John, we haven't told you, but I don't know what you're doing Sunday morning, but I would like to invite you. Miami Mayhem will be doing a show at 9 a.m., an hour before they open at Canes Wear that Sunday.
Sunday of the game.
Sunday at the game. So you get to shop before the store opens, so you have to beat traffic. You heard will be joining us. X might be joining us. Cafecito might be joining us. So we're gonna do a little Miami pregame show inside Caneswear before they open, which that's gonna be crazy at that store. So you're more than welcome. We'd love to have you on if you want to stop by.
Oh, absolutely. I will do my best to get out there. All right. Thank you guys again. Again, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Please go catch and subscribe to Miami Mayhem Show. Everybody have a good night. As always, throw up them U's. Go Canes.
Okay.